Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we present to you the interview of the man, the myth, the legend, the Axeman of Omen, Kenny Powell.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Alrighty, let's start with old stuff.
Of course.
Where the hell did you find the unique, the original, the man, J.D. Kimball?
I will tell you that I moved from Oklahoma
Yeah.
to Los Angeles with Steve and Jody,
Yup.
with the intention of putting together a band as soon as we got there. And it was not going very smoothly. I had the opportunity to join Savage Grace, and I told them very much up front, I will do so for one record or two records, but I'm going to do my own thing. And in the process of me becoming not really wanting to be in Savage Grace anymore because songwriting was suppressed for me, Steve had started playing in a garage band. They never played anywhere. They were in a garage rehearsing, and he said, you should come and hear the singer. And I went to hear the singer, and I went, there's my singer right there. So that's where I
Did
found
he play in any other bands before?
I'm sure that he played out some, but the band that they were doing, which was the band Hammer Damage, they were just rehearsing. They hadn't played anywhere out.
Yeah.
You know, so, and I kind of, sorry for the other guys, but I kind of just stole them out of there. You know?
Alrighty then.
So I knew immediately that it was, he was the guy.
To go further to the old stuff. When people hear Omen for the first time, many times I've heard that it's like Iron Maiden on steroids. Was Maiden that foundational to your playing?
Maiden was an influence on not my playing so much, maybe my songwriting somewhat. But before I left Oklahoma, the shit sounded the same. You know, pretty much. You know, and a lot of my, I love Thin Lizzy. Yeah.
Oh,
I love the two guitar player bands, but I can't stand to play with another guitar player. So I just kind of morphed that into, you know, but it was not more maybe my songwriting style than my playing.
Oh, okay. Alrighty then. Did you, where you were recording and when you were touring the first, second record, did you have any contact with your kind of epic metal contemporaries like Warlord or Manila Road or Manowar even? Did you play with them? Did you hear them? Did you listen to them?
We played with Manowar somewhere up around San Francisco a couple of times, I think, but I don't really, you know, not contemporaries, not friends or whatever. We got the gig open for them. Warlord, yeah, I knew those guys a lot. Metal Blade and you know, Mark Zonder helped with some drum sounds on a couple of the Omen records, and but you know, basically, unfortunately, the original Omen lineup probably didn't play more than 25 times, probably. You know? Only, yeah. We didn't tour very much. We did some regional touring. We would go up the West Coast. Our biggest audience was to go South Texas from LA, you know, with the Hispanic crowd, and they were, you know, that was really what kicked us off. But we didn't tour nearly enough, you know, and partially because everybody in the band was working to make a living, you know, and but I wish we would have toured a lot more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But there is a famous recorded show on a DVD added to the box set that Metal Blade released when you were in armor.
Yes.
And you played one song that was that's not on the record. What happened to that song? What's that song? Road Warrior, I think.
Road Warrior.
Yeah.
That's the only, to be honest, and nobody will believe this, that's the only Omen song ever written in that lineup that didn't get recorded. Like for the first three records, we wrote exactly for the record.
Oh, okay.
And we tried not to write shit, you know. And I don't know, for some reason we didn't do the song. I have every intention of putting it on an Omen record at some point, you know. I just kind of been waiting for the right lineup, and I think I have that now, you know.
Yes.
I think
I do think so. But when you released Battle Cry, did it have this impact, this force that it has now? Like, was it a cult record off the bat, or
You know,
it wasn't well received, basically?
It was very well received. In fact, it's shockingly received well, because from the time that we brought JD into the lineup, and then I convinced Jody he was going to be the rhythm guitar player, I couldn't find somebody to play bass. I thought, what's the shit in LA? It was all just the hair and bumping, you know, bump,
Yep.
bump, bump. It's not going to work for Omen. So it took me a few weeks to go buy a bass and convince him that you have to be the bass player. Not that he was ever real happy about that. He would still, to this day, and I talk to him occasionally, say, I was a 4-string guitar player. But I couldn't find the bass player that fit the band.
Okay.
So, and it went by so quickly. I had the 2 songs that I'd written that were going to be on the Savage Grace record, Battle Cry and Die by the Blade. And the reason I left there is that at the last minute, they were going to be nixed from the record. We don't want the songs. Okay, this is my out here, because I did promise I would do. But when they didn't want to do the songs, I contacted Brian Slagle at Metal Blade, and I said, "Do you like Battle Cry and Die by the Blade?" He goes, "My favorite Savage Grace songs." I go, "Well, those are my songs. I wrote the fucking lyrics. I wrote everything." And they're not going to put them on the record. So I'm thinking it's time for me to, do what I came here to do to start with. And when we found JD, and he goes, "You have a record deal," before he even heard anymore. So, so it went by very quickly. Within about 5 weeks, we recorded the record. It was recorded very quickly. All of us had day jobs and work all day, go to the studio and stay till 4 a.m. And it was done in about maybe start to finish, mix everything, 7 or 8 days.
Fast.
But I knew it was, to me, it's a little bit sloppy. I would have liked it for more polished, but I knew it was something special right off the bat.
Well, I think it's the human element makes it even better. If it's a little bit sloppy, good. Humans are playing it.
Yes, and at this point, I really appreciate that. The majority of the effort was put on to Battle Cry in the arena and that stuff. So there's a couple of songs that I think, oh well, because we rushed, we had a very small budget. And we finished it, but I knew that there was some kind of special energy to it.
It does begin with the utmost classic of Death Rider.
Yeah.
That riff, and you know what's up.
Yeah, and that was the funny thing about that song is, when I'd moved from Oklahoma, I had some just fucking clothing store or something, and I saw a T-shirt, and it had a biker guy skeleton riding on a chopper, and it said Death Rider.
Ha!
That's where it comes from.
That's
where it comes from.
Awesome.
A fucking T-shirt.
Awesome. You mentioned Savage Grace a couple of times, so I gotta ask this.
Yeah.
Is Christian Log as insane as they say he is?
He's as eccentric.
Okay.
He's very eccentric. I didn't.
Do you talk to him? No.
I haven't talked to him in maybe 6 years or something like that. But we did some European shows, and he used the band Roxcalibur as his backing band,
yes.
And he sang, which tripped me out because he was a guitar player, and that was great. But I mean, once in a while he pops up and we talk, and I agreed to do the tour together under the fucking guys that you won't do some fucking really weird shit. And fuck it up. But yeah, he's very bizarre. I don't have any hard feelings for him,
Okay.
But he's pretty out there. But
Very,
I wouldn't say that I'm not real out there either, but not to that extent. Not in the same ways.
How did you come up on your iconic, the warning of danger, and later iconic cobra motif?
Okay, so the Battle Cry, and I mean now.
Battle Cry has only a cobra in the logo, but
Well, it has a rattlesnake in the logo, right?
Yeah.
So, to be 100% honest, when we got the painting for Battle Cry, it was supposed to have a cobra, big cobra, and it was supposed to be darker. And be honest with you, we hated the record cover. But now it's
iconic.
Yeah, now it's iconic. Yeah, so these kind of things happen. Something I can't stand this, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, it. In the end, it added to it, but it was always supposed to be the cobra, not the rattlesnake. It was supposed to be more of a prominent thing, and basically, and a lot of JD's idea, and we love the movie Terminator, right? So you have
Termination.
So you have the skeleton Terminator, and we kind of made the snake. We wanted the snake to look like a snake version.
A version of the snake version of the
So
Terminator.
it was always supposed to be, the snake though from the start. But when we got it, and we had a certain budget, and it was spent for the record cover, and now it's iconic. But at the time, we're like, this is not what we want. But it's like you don't. These things turn out for a reason.
Is the song "Ruby Eyes of the Serpent" a kind of the theme song of the Cobra?
Yes, it is.
Is it about it?
Yes,
yeah,
it is about it.
Oh, okay.
It is about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, more controversial.
Oh, there we go.
Why?
Okay.
How do you approach the very popular opinion that of all your first three records are classic, but The Curse is the weakest one of them?
No, fucking, I know. I don't approach that at all. The Curse is the best record I've ever made.
Really?
Yeah, and by fucking far.
You think The Curse is the best thing?
Absolutely.
Well,
100%.
it has one of my favorite songs, which
Absolutely.
is The Teeth of the Hydra.
This is my favorite song.
Absolutely.
Epic
as
fuck. The Curse was the first time that I had some time in the studio instead of like 5 or 7 days. I got maybe 17 days in the studio with drums and everything. The reason we don't play a lot more off The Curse because it's difficult to play.
But you
absolutely
have to play Teeth of the Hydra. You have to.
We always play Teeth of the Hydra.
Good.
Absolutely not the fucking weakest record, in my opinion.
See, the fans often think it's the weakest Omen record.
It's the fucking best Omen record.
Okay.
I will punch you out right now. And I love the first two records. And we're concentrating on this tour a lot on the second record.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, but
love Warning of Danger.
But fucking this is the weakest record.
Hell's Gates open
bullshit.
with a dream. But okay, now we will open Hell's Gates.
Okay.
Escape to Nowhere. What the fuck happened?
A lot of things happen.
I've heard this was supposed to be called Era of Crisis.
It was.
It was supposed to be faster.
It was
and
supposed
it's
to be
rawer and better.
Yeah, it was. It was supposed to be.
So what the fuck happened?
Well, JD just, and I will not speak badly of JD, and I keep a lot of things inside that happened with the end of that because of my respect for what he did. Okay. Things got kind of out of control. He disappeared. And I'm like,
just out of the blue.
Yeah, kind of in the middle of a tour. Okay. So Coburn Farr was a roommate of Steve. We shared a house, and I had told him there's some problems are starting to brew here. I don't know, so you should learn the songs. Well, in the middle of a tour, JD disappeared, and so Coburn came out and finished the tour, and we decided, we're gonna be not quite as technical as The Curse, which I think is very technical. And we're going to maybe speed things up a little bit, almost not thrash, but semi-thrash, And we wrote all these songs, and I wrote the music around fitting Coburn's voice, because it was kind of raspy, scratchy.
Yes.
Then we had the opportunity to go to New York to work with a producer, and he threw every song in the trash, slowed everything down to a crawl. And the man was a genius, but he was not the guy to do Omen.
Okay.
So all of this kind of semi-thrash
got thrown the fuck out.
Just gone thrown to hell, and everything is this speed.
Yeah.
And it was a very, very difficult period, but I became determined to finish it. And it didn't really then it didn't really fit Coburn's voice that great.
It didn't.
No.
He's an amazing singer, but not on that record.
No. And if I would have just left the producer thing out of it and done what I had normally done and went with Bill Matoria into the studio because he just helped me get what I wanted, not change everything, it would have been an amazing record. But
it's not.
But it's not. No, it's not. I've had this just now. They're re-releasing it, and they've been pounding me for 15 years to re-release it. And I said, if you'll let me re-record it, I'll re-release it. No, we can't. We won't do that. So it's not. It's very difficult for me to even listen to.
I tried to listen to it, and I'm like, God damn it! It shouldn't have the name Omen on it. It doesn't sound like it.
No. But it would have sounded like a little bit rougher.
Spear, Omen? I would love to hear that.
Yeah. And at some point, I might drag some of the songs out, but
you should just
you know,
record them again.
Yeah, you know,
in a speedy version.
Some of them I don't have even copies anymore.
Oh, okay.
You know? There was a couple of cassettes. We played one show when we were moving from LA to New York to record somewhere in Ohio. I don't, you know, one show, and we played most of the songs for it. And somebody gives me a copy of it in Greece, actually, years later. But they had a cassette player under their coat, so I can't even make out what some of the songs did. You know, but yeah, as far as the the other song, Road Warrior, it's going to make an Omen record. Good, probably the next one.
Very good.
You know, I just didn't think I had the right lineup to do it.
Now we will go to something which is. That was not the Aurora Omen record. Oh, no. There is a record called Reopening the Gates. There should not be a record called Reopening the Gates. It should not be this. Because when I heard this, I'm like, Reopening the Gates. This is Omen. I don't know this. I put it on and I'm like, what in the Pantera fuck?
Okay, but you know why? You know what in the Pantera fuck? And because I knew Pantera, I hung out with him sometimes, but I didn't listen to Pantera. Okay. So my son is singing on the record.
Yeah, I know.
He's playing guitar on the record. He influences me to down tune and play to something different. And I didn't really realize how much it was. What the fuck, Pantera? And no disrespect for Pantera whatsoever.
No. They do what they do well, but Omen should not sound like this.
No. And I about halfway through the record, I knew what it was turning into, and we had very small budget, and I recorded it in our rehearsal studio myself, and it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know what? In Europe, it's fucking hated with a passion, and I understand that completely. There are a lot of people in the U.S. who think it's the best record. You know?
What? No.
I'm saying,
I know.
There are some people in that genre.
They're wrong.
Well, yes, no, I absolutely agree they're wrong. I hated it before it was finished. You know?
It was. I tried to listen to that too, and I'm like, I don't even. Machine Head Pantera, it sounds like this. And I'm like, why?
Well, you know what? I didn't know how much it sounded like Pantera until maybe a few years ago.
Okay.
You know, and my son was listening to a bunch of Pantera. And he was coming to visit me and stuff. And I go, God damn, what the fuck? You know, it was not on my part an intentional thing. I will say on my part, at that time, Omen had been out of the scene for a while, and I'd done some just local band shit. So to keep playing, that was not so much to my heart. Just was fun, you know, hard rock shit, you know. But I thought when we started to make the record, I go, well, you know, I've been out of the scene for a little while. I don't want to be a dinosaur. So, I wish I would have stayed a dinosaur. I would have been Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yes.
And not a fucking little pissy dinosaur.
Let's move to a nicer topic. When did you realize that, particularly in Greece, Omen were gods of metal?
Not. Look, there was a time when I would look at my royalty statements, my record sales, that there was 0 sales in Greece.
Okay.
And we played somewhere at some little metal festival in Michigan, right? And half the crowd were Greek. I had no idea whatsoever. And they were crazy, and they fucking knew everything. Someone jumped on the stage and broke their leg, and they were drinking ouzo, and it was like, and then they formed a coalition and brought us to Greece. And okay, yes, you know, I don't know how good it's going to be because never sold any records in Greece. So they said. And we get to the airport and we get off the plane and it's like the fucking Beatles with a giant banner and people crying and all this shit. And I'm like, why the fuck didn't somebody tell me this? I would have never made any changes if I'd known that audience was there, you know? And then that panned out into seeing that audience was in South America, and that the audience was in a lot of Europe, and
in Poland,
in Poland, and everything, and we had no clue.
Oh,
we never. There was never any.
But what year did you come to Greece and realize this?
I was going to say it could be 2004, 5, 6, somewhere along in there.
Okay,
I had no idea.
Something like that.
Because I can promise you, if I knew that response was out there to those songs, I would have done what the fuck ever to keep that shit going, you know?
Very good.
Okay.
So now, again, we will go to controversy.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody loves controversy creates cash. After the reformation and reunion of Omen, you had many vocalists, many vocal
Yeah.
changes. Why? The vocals are the most delicate element of a band. If
you know what?
People don't like the vocals, they will never.
This is no controversy, okay?
Okay.
There's no controversy behind this. You don't find J.D. Kimball on the fucking street corner.
You don't.
You don't, you know? And I
Very
went
true.
through several vocalists trying to find somebody that could possibly be in that fucking category.
Kevin Gusher was for a long time, but he was not, to all respect to him, he did not come close to JD.
Not even in a fucking million years.
No.
No. And it's, believe me, it's not because I want to fucking change singers all the time. It's because I got to find somebody who can do it.
Who can do JD?
And I haven't.
Now, yes. Now,
I haven't
yes.
now. You know, that took a period of from the end of the 80s until 6 years ago.
Yeah.
It is not because, I just want to fucking try out these different
Okay.
singers and shit.
Okay.
I'm keep looking, trying to find, and that's not, you know, that's the respect for JD. I mean, you know, this is not the guy you find on the fucking street corner.
Very true.
You might, I could have spent the rest of my life and not get somebody close.
No, yeah.
And I was fortunate
You
enough.
tried. But Kevin,
yeah.
all respect to Kevin,
Yeah.
he did not come close. No.
No, not at all. Not at all.
No.
You know, and it's just, you know, he came in and out of the band
Yeah.
as a lot of times as I needed to. I had a tour, and you know, he knew the songs, and but no, this is not all of the shit you can say. It's all controversy and shit. It's not controversy.
Okay.
It's not like I'm going to fucking. I'm going to change singers every week.
It's just you got to find JD.
You have somebody close,
Yeah.
You know, and that's just, you know, I could have never found that.
You came out with Eternal Black Dawn.
Yeah,
And that record is good,
it's
but it's not as good as
Oh no!
Yes, it could have been.
But,
It's
a step back. It was a step back in the right direction.
but it's not. The songwriting is not up to par there.
No, I agree.
You don't play nothing from it really. So,
No, you know, I don't.
but I'll go even further.
Go ahead.
Hammer Damage was a step in an even right direction, but still middling response to Hammer Damage. Which I liked Hammer Damage, but the production on Hammer Damage was, oh god.
Well,
no.
yeah, you know what? Oh God, I recorded it in my fucking bedroom.
Okay.
Okay, because
Done.
I didn't have enough money.
Good. I understand now.
Yeah, and I kept re-recording it, and then I got it sound. Some of it sounding fairly decent.
Because people waited for Hammer Damage.
I bet.
But the response was middling among fans.
No, I know. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing what it started to be. You know, in the middle of it, I had no lineup at all. So I did the drums. I did the bass. You know, I wrote a lot of good lyrics and shit that got douched by Kevin. You know, and good
Yeah,
melodies.
it's a patchwork record kind of.
It is because you know what happened in the middle of it. So I don't have a big budget. I can't go to fucking Record Plant or you know something. So I bought some Pro Tools stuff and I started working on it. I bought a mixing board. A fucking hurricane hit my area. The roof caves. The fucking roof caves in. Destroys my mixing board. So only 2 or 3 songs were done. Close to what
Okay.
I was trying, and I knew it was not going to be the fucking because I'm doing it in my fucking bedroom, right?
I get it.
And then I ended up having it went on for years and years, and it bouncing the singers, and I can't afford another fucking mixing
get
board
it.
and
I
shit.
get
You know
it.
what I'm saying? So that record could have been fantastic.
And it's not.
It's
It's
not.
better than Eternal Black Dawn.
You
It
know,
is, but it's
you know-
not
you know-
what it should be. You know what's
No,
the
no.
best new Omen song? Evil Seductress.
Yeah.
That's the best new Omen song.
I like both of the songs we did.
Yeah,
for the
but
single.
Evil Seductress is
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Well, it
from,
is-
from new Omen songs, that's the one
no, it is, you
that
know-
Omen should sound like this.
You know-
in 80, 2020.
Okay, and here's the fucking deal. You know, after the second time of can't deal with the Kevin thing anymore, I'm thinking I don't know if I can keep doing this because it's not fucking what I want it to be, and I don't want to disrespect what it was, and I'm just fucking thinking about what am I going to do? Maybe I'll just do some solo shit or something because, you know, and I get a fucking email from Nikos, and he said,
Nikos is the man.
He said, I hear you're looking for a singer. And I go, yeah, I'm not sure, you know, I'm not sure what I want to do now. And he goes, listen, I'm your fucking savior. You know, he's in Crete. I'm in Dallas, Texas. And I said, well, just as a smart ass, If you're my fucking savior, get your ass on a fucking plane and come and show me. And the fuck he did. And the fucking minute I heard him sing, my hairs on my arms are standing up.
He sounds like JD.
Yeah. You know, with a little Greek.
But he does sound like
no,
JD.
no, he's a fucking fantastic. You know,
Good.
if I found him in 1989, we could have been Iron Maiden or something. I don't know.
Maybe,
But
possibly.
It was not that I'm going to disagree with almost anything you've said. It's not because of lack of effort on my part. You know, it was lack of not having a stable lineup, not being able to find the fucking people to create. You know, you don't create Battle Cry and shit like that.
You don't.
You just, you know, I'll just go pick some guys off the street.
You created 3 albums that are eternal classics. Some people don't create even one.
Yeah, exactly. No, hey, look, you know, if I only did those first 3 records and that's all I've ever done, I fucking
Good
did.
enough.
I did pretty fucking good.
Good enough. Really good enough.
I've spent a fucking 15 or 20 years trying to get back to that. It's not because I didn't try.
I know it doesn't happen just like that.
No, it doesn't. You know, you
can't.
That whole thing came together and it just sparked. You know.
But so there will be another Omen record with Nikos on vocals.
Absolutely.
Soon?
As soon as I can find somebody that wants to give a budget good enough to go to LA and work with Bill Montoya again. You know, I'm not doing it in my fucking bedroom again. You know, okay,
Obviously.
you know, you can't do a fucking
Obviously.
good record, and this even with the fucking home shit. You know, I'll give you $5,000 to do a record. Well, fuck that, won't get the drums done. You know, so you know.
Got it. But there will be one. If you only find a label.
And I'm not looking for a shitload of money. I'm looking for enough money.
No Remorse Records, for example, from Greece. You can ask them.
Yeah, no, I've been talking to them.
Oh, yeah.
If they
High Roller.
we're fucking close. You know.
Oh, good.
If they can kick up, you know, up to $3,000. I like those guys. I know them.
So there's a high possibility that we will get it.
Yes. Well,
good.
you know, there is a high possibility. You know, if I live, I almost died last year. I had some blood shit, and
really,
God. And I came from tour, and I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. And I go to the doctor, and he calls the next morning. He goes, he did some blood. He goes, go to the fucking emergency room now. And I went, well, fuck, I don't have any energy right now. And it was go to the fucking emergency room now. They whisk me in, start hooking this shit to me.
Oh God,
blood transfusions.
What the fuck?
And I had no, and I'm thinking, well, yeah, I am. I've just turned 69 years old. I'm thinking, well, maybe, you know, I'm getting old and this is just going to be it. But I didn't feel that in my mind, you know. Well, you know, it turns out that my blood count was so low that the people in the emergency room said, can you walk I said, yeah, I can walk. You know, I did fall down in the backyard. I'm just low on energy. And they said, well, they did this bloodshed and they go, well, you know what? Technically, you should be dead. You should be dead.
What the fuck?
I'm like, what? You should be dead right now. Your blood count is so fucking low that you should be dead. So I went through blood transfusions, iron injections, all of this shit. They never figured out what caused it. Feel good now?
Good.
You know, as soon as I started feeling good, I tried to do some shit and lift the car motor. It snapped my fucking knee. So I had to have knee surgery. I'm recovering from that now. But yeah, you can fucking bet your ass it's going to be a really good. As long as I don't fucking fall over dead,
so
there'll be an Omen record.
One more question.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about the response that you've been getting all over the world, in Black Silesia, in Poland, in Greece, in Germany? Keep it true. Everybody goes batshit insane.
Let me tell you what, when we did Keep It True the other night, you know, because I had a bad show with a fucking singer at that same venue, and I thought, I'm over this shit. And
with
when
Kevin.
I walked into the building and I started fucking shaking, and I thought I was going to throw up because I had such a fucking horrible fucking experience in this building. And about 3 songs into it, I have fucking tears running down my face. You know, I was gonna get to stop fucking. I can't play with the fucking tears running down my face. But yeah, I feel like, you know, so fortunate that I've had such an influence on people.
And in particular, how did you like Black Silesia in Poland? That
I
show
loved it. I loved it.
in the castle.
I loved that.
We loved it too.
You know, and I will tell you that on that tour, when we played in Poland, I was not feeling very well.
Played?
I tried, you know,
we loved it. I loved it. I watched it. I'm like, yes.
You know,
this.
People say, well, but how fucking much longer will you do this? I go, well, you know, until I either.
You know what?
I either drop dead making love to my wife, or I drop dead on stage playing Battle Cry, and I've had a good life, you know?
Listen, Mark did Mark Shelton did this thing. He died going off the stage. Like he said to us, I'll die playing fucking Manila Road.
Yeah, and that's it, you know? I'll either die making love to my wife, or I will die on stage. And you know what? If it happened tomorrow,
all was good.
I had all was good, you know, and all was good. There was some years where I didn't really understand, because never really understood the impact the band had, you know. And I would say, hey, it looks like we're doing good in Europe. It's not fucking mean shit.
The band,
you know? You know,
it means a lot to people.
And then you see these kids come up.
Yeah.
The 16, you know, what's our average audience age? Less than 30 probably, you know, and I'm 70.
Probably.
You know?
I'm 37, but there are people much younger than me at the show today.
And these kids come up and they're like fucking shaking, and I go, can I talk to you? I go, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know, I'm just a fucking blue collar guy who likes to play guitar, you know, and you know, but to know that you've had this much influence on this many people over this many years, and it's like a fucking really big travesty that I spent some years not knowing the impact I had, not having a clue about it.
So,
you know?
Last words to our listeners and watchers for What the Fuzz podcast are up to you.
This is the name of your fucking show? What the fuck?
What the Fuzz.
Oh, What the Fuzz. I like it better if it was What the Fuck.
What the Fuck podcast.
What the Fuck podcast.
What the Fuzz podcast.
Because that would be me a lot of periods of my career. What the fuck is going on?
So last words to our lovely viewers.
Look, you know, I'm blessed. I'm privileged. To be able to do this for so long. You know, most people my age are retired. They're fucking sitting on the couch, you know, petting the cat. And I love my cat, but you know, my goodness, you know, I feel so blessed, and I love all these people. You know, I've toured with bands before, and they're like, "Why the fuck do you let these people on your bus, and you stand out there and you sign their shit for hours?" And I go, "Without these people, we're not fucking here, you dumb motherfuckers." You know, I'm not. There's some term that I hate. It's a rock star. You know.
Yeah.
Though I have people arguing with me and Jimmy, you are a fucking rock star. I go, no, I don't like this term, because I know a lot of people think they're rock stars and don't get near me, don't look at me, you know, to keep away from me. What the fuck? You know, without those people, you know, so you've gotten so goddamn big, you don't have to deal with those people anymore. Those people, no matter what, I made $1 billion or I made nothing. Those people
are the bread and butter.
That spirit, that's what's kept me doing this to 70 fucking years old, you know. And I hope to do it another fucking 10 years at least, you know. But that's what I have to say. I'm very fortunate. I thank everyone very much. And it's just sometimes, you know, the last few years since we got the good lineup going, that I just fucking feel like I'm floating on the fucking stage, and I'll start tearing up. I go, fuck, last year I didn't know if I'd ever do this again. So we're to keep it true about the third song. I'm like, shit, I'm still doing this. Fuck yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. This was the man, the myth, the legend, Kenny Powell. Arms down. This was What the Fuzz podcast. See ya.
Now we're going to change the name to What the Fuck. See ya.